over there.
But Egyptians were over here though. You know that, right? You know it's pharaohs in the Grand Canyon, right?
I mean, I get that, but
and they civilized. You know they taught. You know they came over here to civilize this whole everybody over here.
So you read that in a book?
Yeah, the Mayans actually were civilized by the Egyptians. There's actually a temple over there called the Naga Maya Temple, which means brotherly tribe that came across the water.
And so
is this from Mexico? I said no. She said, is this from Peru? I said no. This is from Saqqara, Egypt. She said, Egypt? She said, can I have a copy of this to show my teacher? And I said, sure. Her teacher's name's long name, basically goes by the name of Don Alejandro. He is the elder, recognized wisdom keeper of the Quiche Maya of all of Guatemala. He looked at this and immediately said, oh yes, this is the language of our ancestors. Without a doubt, this is Mayan. And then he related a story to her from his indigenous oral tradition, that according to the Mayans, they originally came from the Pleiades. When they came for the Pleiades, they came to four corners of our earth. One, of course, Mexico and Central America. Another was Northern Africa, ancient Egypt. And he said those people were called the Naga Maya. I went back to Egypt in October of 1999. She told me this in April of 1999. Went back with a tour with Hakim, told him this. First of all, he was greatly enthused that we had an indigenous confirmation of the find. And then he said, oh, yes.
India, and he got caught in these currents. To assume that it's impossible for an African fisherman to have made the same mistake, let alone a royal fleet of 200 ships, seems a bit strange to me. I don't know why we would assume that. And then things got even more controversial. In 1992, the female scientist who developed the test to test hair for drugs, so that test that people still use, if you're a football player or if you're an athlete or if you're a prison person, they want to see if a prisoner and they want to see if you've been taking drugs, they examine the proteins in your hair and they can see what kind of drugs you've been taking. The woman who developed that test in 1992 found cocaine in the stomach of Ramesses II. And she was so shocked by what she found, because she knows that cocaine comes from America, she tested and retested and retested because she knew she was going to get loads of stick. Then she tested Sudanese mummies and found the same thing. And read what she said. She got hate mail, people cussing her. People were just like, what are you talking about? You're an idiot. A woman whose scientific prowess is there, is there to be attested to. But what she discovered was so upsetting for some people that she was hated on by people who, of course, are nowhere near as scientifically qualified as she is.
I personally recommend you pause and read. These are screenshots I personally took from the book that I have called The Land Osiris, which was written by the Egyptologist Stephen Miller as shown in this video. Next, I'm going to show you the hieroglyphics that they took a picture of, found on the walls in Saqqara, Egypt. Now, with that being said, Quake out.